Hello guys, in this session we are going to look at PHP fundamentals. So we will look at concepts of creating forms, because this is pure HTML. Then we shall pass the form values to PHP, and then we are going to also after passing the form values to PHP, establish database connection. And finally, we are going to try and insert records to the database. Okay, so let us begin by making sure that we have our exam server active. Okay, so start Apache and start MySQL. So we have the Apache for PHP, and then we have MySQL for MySQL database. Then of course I will need my text editor. I'm using Sublime Text. You can use whichever you're comfortable with. And so begin with the form creation. I would want to mention that we are going to save this form in our project folder. So that is going to be in htdocs. Most of us are now aware of where htdocs is, and maybe here we can create a folder and call it today. In today's one, it's called February. Let's call it February. I prefer lowercase, so we can work with February like that. Then inside February, I just want to have this file probably called what? Let's call it userreg.php, short for form for user registration. Then we can create our HTML, then call this the title of user registration. And you notice that I'm creating my HTML code inside a PHP file. That is possible. You can have HTML code in PHP file, but you cannot have PHP code in HTML file. So you need to know what type of file you're creating. So inside the body section, I want to create form. And of course, I would close my form tag. So close form. Then inside here, we want to create, I want my form to have first name. And this would be input type is text. And of course, the name is first name, one word. Then I want to replicate this and paste it several times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can have email. This is email. Then we can have, sorry, that's last name. So I think last name would appear before email. So we can change this to last name. Then after that, we can have password field. So we can create a password field here. Password. This is password. Great. So let's see how our form looks like. Sorry, I need to turn on my browser. So I'm using Chrome. Any other browser can work. Firefox, Safari, all those would work. So this is localhost, and the folder name is February. Remember to load HTML or other PHP files using localhost. February, Feb. So misspelled the name. Check how we named it. Called it. Oh, just rename it. I hope that's just proper spelling for the word February. Okay, good. So save it again in the right place. Sorry, I think I'm being too slow here and I wanted this video to be under 5 minutes. Okay, so now I can call this and my file is here. So that's how my form looks like, and you realize that this form is missing one key element. We are missing the save button. So I will come in here and just write this as submit. So I'll have input type is submit, not text. Then I can have the name as submit as well, and the value to text at least those three parameters. The value will also be submit. And once you have that, I think your form now looks okay, not the best, but well, we have the basics. So one thing we'll notice is that when I try to type in the password, you're able to see the password. So meaning we need to conceal our password, and we can do that by instead of having a password type, input type for password as text, we have it as password. So that way we will be able to seal or to conceal, sorry, to reload this form. Okay. So now if I try to type, it's concealed. Well, I think we're done with the form creation, and up to that point, I want to pause there.